We have got a lot to catch up on. This is my monthly installment of what's trending in luxury fashion. Links to specific items or collections or news or whatever will be below or in the shopping prompt on the screen. Kicking it off with fashion news. It's cruise season. Well, it's the season to show cruise, and the brands are still very much into their destination shows. So we had Chanel show in LA, a very sort of Hollywood themed collection, very sort of appropriate for the new Barbie movie, if we're being very honest. Now, what is really interesting is that I saw some data following this show, and the most viewed look is look 21. It was very sort of like bubblegummy, rainbows, Lisa Frank vibes. Some good odd pieces. If you like metallic Chanel bags, this is the collection for you. Then we had Dior show in Mexico City. This was sort of very Frida Kahlo inspired. I'll talk about some specific pieces at the end of the show in terms of like, it was still very Dior with like those full high-waisted skirts. We saw a new shape of sort of the book tote in a sort of, is it a trapezoid? I think it may be. That sort of shape. We also saw a new sort of version of the Lady Dior with a top handle, maybe shoulder vibe. Interesting. Now, at the end of the collection, you would have seen that there were white dresses with red embroidery. So, were done by Elena Chauvet, who is a Mexican artist and activist, and she collaborated with female artisans on the embroidery. Then, Louis Vuitton showed their cruise collection in Lake is it Maggiore? Open to corrections below. Oh, the ready to wear. What have we done to deserve this? Very neoprene heavy. Like, and not like, I love me a little bit of neoprene every once in a while, okay? On the right piece, I think it works like on a skirt, on a skater skirt, that shape is going to hold. I do not know how many of these pieces are going to be particularly wearable, because who wants to be out here in a wetsuit when you're not in the water? There was a lot happening there. I don't know who's going to be buying this and for what purpose. They did sort of, in terms of the bags, I know that they're trying to cut down on the canvas, but they have got a couple of canvas pieces as part of that collection in a sort of white beige colour combo. Oh gosh, the shoes. The shoes are very Puss in Boots. Then Gucci Cruise showed in Seoul, as actually did Louis Vuitton Pre-Fall. Louis Vuitton did 2 shows like within the same month. I don't know, I can't keep up with the fashion calendar, that's what happened. As we know, Gucci is still, this collection was done by the Gucci design team. New creative director comes in September, and then we'll see the sort of official new vision. But I did a video on the Gucci bags this week, so I will link that below if you haven't seen it. Now, then we've got to talk about creative directors, okay? We've got lots of them leaving, one new one coming in. What is going on? Truly, I'm considering doing a video on like musical chairs in fashion and what this means and all of that. But we have Luigi leaves Bali. So he has been there for just under 2 years, I believe. His sort of departure message was very nice and, you know, very positive about Bali and all of that. I've heard rumours of the fact that he is a bit more focused on his own line, so maybe that's why. None of these things we're actually really going to know the real crux of the reason why. So that's just what we've heard from natterings. Ludovic de Saint-Saëns leaves Anne de Meulemeester after, I think this is a record, 1 season. No real idea as to why. I've sort of seen things of like, a lot of people saw it as a very big departure from what was the aesthetic of Anne de Meulemeester before, so maybe it's that and the aesthetics didn't match, but also I don't think 1 season is enough to go off a creative director, you know, it takes a few years to settle into what the vision is and all of that. So then Peter Do, who has been wildly successful with his own line, has been appointed creative director of Helmut Lang. I'm really excited about that. And then also we saw Camille Micheli debut as creative director of Pucci for Spring/Summer 2023. She showed her collection and it's already available because it's this season. It was still very Pucci. And I think that she did some really cool, interesting stuff. There was a fantastic jacket. Of course, that one's not online, is it? I love Poochie for the summer, and I thought she did a great job. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie, and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Atelier Jolie. Angelina Jolie is creating a new fashion, what even is it? Almost like a marketplace, okay? I actually want to read out from the website, because that's obviously going to be the best way to sort of understand exactly what it is. Okay. I am building a place for creative people to collaborate with a skilled and diverse family of expert tailors, pattern makers and artisans from around the world. A place to have fun, to create your own designs with freedom. We will only use leftover quality vintage material and dead stock. You will be able to repair or upcycle pieces from your closet should you wish to revive, perfecting fit, breathing new life into what could have been thrown away, and creating quality heirloom garments with personal meaning. I think this is really interesting. It's something really different from, especially when it comes to like celebrity businesses, what we see within fashion, and I'm really excited about it. From what I sort of gather, we'll be able to go on there and say, right, I have that one pair of shorts that fits me phenomenally. I would like maybe something like that made again, but in one of these dead stock materials, and I don't know, maybe you connect or match or, you know, contact an expert tailor or artisan or whatever to have that one-off piece made for you. So I'm excited about it. I think it's meant to launch by the end of this year. I will keep you updated. Still on celebrities, Chloe Sevigny, I think that's how I pronounce her last name, basically had a huge closet sale in New York. So there was a studio in NoHo. This was on the 14th of May, and queues were around the block. She was selling personal pieces, costume pieces from various roles she'd been in, as well as some other like collaborations that she's done over the years in this loft. Things from what I heard were priced like really quite decently, and she was there the whole time explaining to people, oh my gosh, I wore this for this and blah blah blah. And yeah, I mean, I just sort of saw the odd Instagram stuff and TikToks of it, and it looked like a really fun, interesting experience to get, you know, a piece of somebody who a lot of people see as a fashion icon's wardrobe. As we know, Pharrell, new creative director of Louis Vuitton Men's, they have, it's been announced when the first show is going to be. That's going to be on June the 20th. I may do a dedicated video on sort of first impressions of the collection. Let's see. Beyonce's tour outfits. Beyonce kicked off her worldwide Renaissance tour in a slew of custom designer looks. We had David Comer has done 2 looks. There's been an Alexander McQueen jumpsuit. There's been a Courrèges bodysuit, Coperni look, custom Loewe catsuit with the hands all over it. That one, 10 out of 10. What did I say? Loewe is on its way to be the hottest brand of the year, I'm telling you. There's been custom Mugler as well. Tiffany & Co has been doing the jewellery. As we know, she's an ambassador. They've been doing the jewellery for the show. Even her earpiece is like encrusted in Tiffany diamonds. Oh my gosh. I think the most recent outfit that's been a bit different from the others is a full head-to-toe Brandon Blackwood look. And he hasn't done... This is the first time I think that we're seeing ready-to-wear from him. Moving into... new and noteworthy. Okay. Dua Lipa has collaborated with Versace on the La Vacanza collection. This showed in Cannes while the Cannes Film Festival is happening, and everybody is walking down the red carpet in their beautiful gowns, living their very best South of France life. Oh my gosh, not jealous at all. It is now available to purchase. There's sort of 3, I would say, there's 3 main sections to this collection. It's actually a really big collection. Everything is Versace prices. There's sort of polka dots and butterflies. Not the biggest polka dot fan. Also, butterflies. I can look at them and say, that's a lovely animal. Don't really feel much of a connection to them. Then you move into crystals, some incredible crystal encrusted pieces that come along with a very hefty price tag. And then you've got the toweling pieces. I really like these, very gender reveal baby shower-esque, because there's a lot of all pink and all blue. But I like them, I think, for the summer. I love a good terry piece for the summer. It just makes sense, it's easy, it's comfortable, and it looks festive. You know, it looks summer appropriate. This month we also saw the Fendi Marc Jacobs collaboration come out. I was going to say it's a very niche collection. It's very much a specific vibe and I like it. So a lot of the pieces are fully denim, and then you have sort of Fendi, Marc Jacobs embossed on the pieces or embroidered or whatever. The baguettes are very cool, especially the sort of main ones from this collaboration are the leather baguettes that say the baguette on it with like a little sort of Fendi bow on the side. Then you, again, crystal encrusted pieces. Are they phenomenal? Yes, yes they are. Have you seen the tiny nano with the maxi handle sparkling in her glory? Stunning. I also really like the Fendi match sneakers. They're doing them in the all neon. Yeah, so I'm not a fan of the full neon match sneakers. I do like the ones that have the sort of like neon trim. Very nice.
Also, after I filmed this, a post has come up on Instagram between Jacquemus and Nike. We know that they had a collaboration last year. It seems like round 2 is up. Maybe focusing around an Air Force One style shoe, as the caption suggests.
Saint Laurent has launched a range of fine jewellery, gold, silver and diamond pieces. Very much kind of like along the same, I mean, it's everything you would expect. You are going to get those like little YSL logo pieces, but the rest of it are pretty simple. Chanel have dropped a limited edition J12 watch that has a tiny cartoon of Coco Chanel and her arms tell the time. Please nobody waste your money on this. This is just, it's what in the Cartoon Network is happening here. Rick Owens has dropped their 4th collaboration with Champion. There is a big focus on sustainability. The collection is actually produced no more than, is it within 15 kilometers radius of both companies' headquarters in Italy. And this is available to shop now. Christopher Esper is dabbling in bridal with Net-a-Porter. So Australian designer, he's been very popular, people have been loving him, especially again I would say for like a spring summer moment. Anyway, so apparently inspired by the fact that he would see tagged pictures of his white dresses being worn as bridal dresses and all of that, that then instigated this collection of 7 designs for brides, bridesmaids and wedding guests that are still very sort of like sexy in the way that he does sexy, but in a way that is, you know, wedding appropriate. They're available on Net-a-Porter and the prices range from $893 to $2,374. Granddaughter of the Missoni brand, Margherita Missoni, launches her own brand, and this is called Macapane. It's a new label, and I think it mainly focuses on Italian-made jersey. She will be selling on her website as well as on Nordstrom and Browns. Moving into hot new items. Okay, Goyard is celebrating their 170th anniversary with some special edition colours. So, the St. Louis tote in the GM and the PM are being done in this sort of like grey with some blue accents. It's a very nice colour combination, let's not lie. They're also going to be doing the Nano Saigon. It doesn't seem to have the blue accents. I'm mainly seeing it in like, you know, a grey, but you know how Goyard is. You're gonna have to get yourself down to a shop to have a fighting chance of getting one of these. So loads of people are calling this the new it sandal. Oh my gosh, are the Hermes Chypre sandals out? Are these replacing them? These are the Georgia sandals. Very minimalist, very Thoreau-esque, very quiet luxury, okay? Comes with like this sort of strap that goes across the foot and a toe ring, and they're coming in a few different sort of colour variations, but apparently personal shoppers being inundated with requests for these. And finally, Prada has launched some special edition Galleria bags. The famous Saffiano leather Prada Galleria bag in the small size. I believe these are only available in the small size. Fronted by Scarlett Johansson for the campaign. 8 designs of these, all done by conceptual artist Alex Decorte, and it's very sort of colour blocked, all of that. There's some nice colours being used here. It comes with a price. So the usual small size of the Prada Galleria tote is $3,900, and these are going for $7,500. This also means that they're sort of following in the footsteps of Dior that do their limited edition artist creations pretty much on a yearly basis for the Lady Dior, and Louis Vuitton who do it for the Capucines bag as well. Interesting. There you go. Let me know what you thought of what we discussed today. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.